Today we are going to work on causative. We have been studying passive, and the second step is the causative, and what we call causative verbs, when you get or have something done by someone else. So for instance, you see that your hair is pretty long, but you don't think about taking the scissors and cut it yourself. No? What do? I guess that you go to the hairdresser and you ask her or him to get your hair cut. So the causative is when you don't do things on your own. Even if you could do them, you ask someone, usually a professional, to do them for you. For instance, here you see that, they say we painted our house last summer. And of course you can take everything you need and paint your house. Or you can get somebody to paint the house for you. So you can say that we got our house painted last summer. So it depends on who does the action. Active, if it's you who are doing the action, and causative, if you ask someone, a professional, to do it for you. See this guy here, right? He says John repaired his bike, or he is repairing his bike now. He had this problem and he did it, or he's doing it himself. But he can wait, maybe, or after when he returns home, he can go to a mechanic and say, I had this problem with my bike, can you fix it? So if he does that, John will have his bike repaired by a professional. So get or have something done, right? When you arrange for someone to do something for you, remember you could do it, but you ask someone, a professional, to do it for you. And this is the structure. We need a subject, and the subject is the person who asks, who needs someone to do something for him or for her. And then we need the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary causative verb we are learning is get and have. The difference is not a big deal. Have is more formal and get is more common when we speak. And as every auxiliary, it will have the tense that we need to use. Will, have for the future, had for the past, is having for present continuous. It depends on the tense that I need that I conjugate this verb into that tense. Then we need the object. And we usually have a possessive pronoun before the object. I got my house painted. But of course you can say, I got my mom's house painted if I ask and if I paid. But usually it's just possessive pronoun and the thing that you need, your bike, your hair, your house, your bike, whatever. And then the action verb, paint, cut, fix, whatever. And as in passive, it's in past participle. Remember, for irregular verbs is the third column, and for regular verbs is just adding the ed. Then sometimes we have extra information like, I had my house painted last summer. And then you could add the agent who does the action for you by someone, by the professional. But usually we omit it because it's so obvious, right? I got my hair cut by my hairdresser. Of course. Unless it's something surprising, like I got my hair cut by my sister. That might be surprising. So in that case, you can add the agent. Here you have a further explanation and all the tenses you might need. And then tell me, causative or active? Stop the video, do it, and then we'll check. And definitely, 2 and 3 are active. They are doing the actions. Whereas 4, 5, and 6 are causative. They ask somebody to do that for them. Again, stop, complete, and then check. One more activity, and now all the verbs are going to be in present continuous. And you have to omit the highlighted word, the professional, because it's obvious. Of course, it's going to be the dentist who fixes your mouth, or the garage is where you leave your car to be fixed. And there you are, all the answers. And of course, there are more causative verbs using different structures for different purposes. We are not working with them this year, but it's good to know. For instance, let is a very common one. Is when you allow somebody to do something. Henry let me drive his car. Or make, when you force someone, right? My teacher made me stay after school. And see, in these two cases, the verb is not in past participle, it's just in infinitive. Or have or get, we can use them with an infinitive and a person instead of an object. So, well, don't worry about these verbs this year, but if you want to have a look at them, it could be very interesting. Thank you. Bye bye.